Hello, I'm Lindsay Stein, the consumer reporter at PRWeek, and I am here at BlogHer 2012 in New York City, joined by the COO and co-founder of BlogHer, Elisa Camahort Page. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So this is the 8th annual BlogHer conference.
Yep.
Can you tell me some of the things that are a little different this year?
Well, this year is our 8th annual conference, as you said, and we were here in New York 2 years ago, and this year we're twice as big as we were 2 years ago. So one thing that'll be different is we'll be a little cozier here at the New York Hilton. But there are also other things we're bringing to the conference. Every single year we ask ourselves, why would someone who's been coming since 2005 want to come again? What can we do to continue to evolve what happens at the conference? So for instance, this year is the first year we have the new HealthMinder Day, which is a pre-conference day taking place today on Thursday. We added a new writing lab, which is more small groups intensive work about writing assessment and looking at our writing. And this just builds on last year. We added Pathfinder Day for blog development, and we added the Geek Bar, which is for small groups working on technical issues. And so every year we're looking for new features to bring to the conference to answer the question about why should I go again if I've been before. Another thing we do is every year 80% of our speakers are new to the main stage. So you know you're not going to hear the same people talking about the same things.
Speaking of a new speaker, I hear that President Barack Obama will be speaking via live webcast.
That's right. This afternoon at 4:30 on Thursday, August 2nd, we will have President Barack Obama addressing our community via live video. I think he's in Florida today, not here in New York. And so we're very thrilled to have him and honored to have the President of the United States address the BlogHer community.
It's really exciting.
It is exciting.
So even though BlogHer is so popular and everyone knows about it, what do you guys do from a marketing and PR standpoint to kind of raise awareness either to bloggers or to vendors?
Well, you know, there's always a need. There's so much new blood that's always coming into the blogosphere, both from a blogger and a brand side, that you can never sort of sit back and figure everybody knows who you are. That applies to us, that applies to any brand, that applies to any blogger. So we do a lot of outreach into blogging communities, and we do it around moments in time, like when we're looking for speakers or when we're soliciting submissions for Voices of the Year, when we also have a kind of programming called Room of Your Own, which is community crowdsourced basically. And we do a lot of outreach into leaders of different communities and ask them to get the word out to their communities so that we can have that real diversity of perspective and voices. So a lot of that is just personal relationship building, which is what this annual conference is so great for. And of course we have our pipeline of sponsors, and we work with our digital team at BlogHer to make sure we're reaching both folks who have sponsored before and folks who may have advertised with us but never done the sponsorship, and they work with us vice versa. So we're constantly trying to cross-pollinate our contacts and our opportunities to just have people understand the full breadth of what BlogHer does. You know, we don't do a lot of traditional PR or marketing. We do, we don't do advertising. We don't do, a lot of email beyond our own newsletters, like direct response and things like that. We work with a wonderful boutique PR agency that helps get us sort of traditional PR presence. But there's a lot of it that just relies on word of mouth, which makes sense for who we are.
Very important. So going back to the HealthMinder, was that it? Mm-hmm. I find that really interesting. I love nutrition and health things. Right. Did you guys decide to put that in this year because of all the child obesity?
Well, we've seen a real evolution in our community where they're asking for more content. You know, it's funny, we're a women's conference, but most of our content is not really about being women. And for all these years, we've never really had a lot of content that's very common in other traditional women's events about health and wellness and balance and taking care of yourself. That just hasn't been our thing. But we've seen this, what people's requests around food have gotten more and more specific and more important. People's requests around, I know I'm going to be having fun and indulging, so could we have some fitness activities so I don't feel quite so overindulgent? So we've been adding those. And then last year, Julia Roberts from the Support for Special Needs community asked if she could do a special needs parenting mini-con. In other words, could we give her a room during lunch and for the breakout period afterwards and let special needs parents get together and really talk for 3 hours. And that was very, very successful. And we took all of that together and we said, there really is, people are very conscious of their own health, of the fact that they're taking care of others, social media and technology and online media are becoming such a part of how we take care of ourselves and others. And we thought it's time to try a little more of this kind of content and give it its own due, give it its own space.
Definitely. BlogHer is always innovating, and I'm very excited to see what you guys have to offer next year.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks.